Nope. But there's this idea, and it comes in, it's like a seed planted into form, and then the form came, and it's this nice form. There's 5 steps. We can, like a recipe, go boom, 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 boom. We can use it. We can put it into use in our life, and it gets us where we want to go. And it's the greatest spiritual technology, at least I believe, by using it and practicing, than's ever been brought, I think, to humankind in this way. But it's been here all along. And so today, what we're exploring a little bit is declare you're good. Okay, so there's 3 words there, right? Declare. Is declare wishy-washy? Could be, I guess, but primarily no. When you declare something, you declare the sun's coming up today by God, right? And there it is. You declare it. What's the second word? Your, not mine. You know, yes, my word can help your life, without a doubt. But isn't it great if you knew how to use this yourself so that you can declare you're good? Mm-hmm. And then the last word is good. God. Good. God. Good God. Good God. Better get some good God here, right? So life is constantly taking form. Life itself is constantly, whether we know it, see it, experience it, a part of it, everywhere, think in the entire universe, it is constantly taking form. All the time. Never ending. It's its nature. That's the nature of this thing called life. God, good. God, good, God. It's its nature. And so I want to start with a Raymond Charles Barker quote. Raymond Charles Barker says that it is the nature of the creative power to take form. That's its nature. It is the nature of the creative power to take form, and it is the nature of each of us to direct it to the form we each want. That's also our nature. You and I have every right in the world to use the power of God for our own use and for the benefit, notice the word benefit, of other people. We have this right because we are it. It is our birthright because we are it, this creative power. To use this power, right? So today I'm gonna stay with, I trust, can't promise, one metaphor. Can't promise. I'll do my best. I want to talk about this by using a metaphor. To drive 3 points home for the sake of your life and the life of everyone around you, okay? And I want to anchor this spiritual technology in our own life. I want to use a metaphor. I'm not going to put you to sleep. But I'm going to use a metaphor. Can y'all see what that is? Do you know what that is? A key fob. It's a whoop whoop. I wonder if you can hear it from here. Whoop whoop. Isn't it interesting? Most of us don't even do that anymore, do we? It's a key fob. It just has to be us, like connected to us, isn't it? Right? I hadn't even thought of that until now. It just has to be in my pocket, or it can be in my purse. It has to be in close proximity to me, because guess what? I expand beyond my body anyway. But as long as this is around me, something can happen, right? All right. So let's think about this. When we think about an automobile, wasn't there a time where there wasn't one? Okay. But it was there all along, wasn't it? It had to have been, or it wouldn't be here now. It was there all along. All right? But when we think of how we could direct our life and get somewhere, there was a time where pretty much everyone, Homo sapien, walked, correct? And then there was a time when someone had an idea about using a horse, right? Horse. We got there a little better and a little faster, didn't we? Horse would tire out at times, I imagine. Yes? Uh-huh. And then there was this idea. There was this idea about sort of this motorized horse, whatever. And this thing hasn't been around very long, has it? How long? Anybody know? I didn't look it up. Anybody know how long an automobile has been around approximately? See? I didn't look it up. There it is. About 100 years. About 100 years we've been using it. 120. Okay, that's good enough. Isn't that great? Technology, you can look it up. Who's the fastest to get to Google? All right, so I want you to think about your life. I want you to go back when you were young, real young. Because that was a time when you didn't drive a car. I trust. You watched someone drive a car, didn't you? You watched a few people drive a car. I bet there was a time in your life where you go, oh, one day I want to be able to do that. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that. Wow, that looks pretty darn complicated. I don't know whether I can do that. I sure hope I can, whatever, right? But even before we each could officially really know how to drive a car and drive it, someone drove us, didn't they? Okay, but we were dependent on that person or people, right? Whoever it was, to drive us around, to get us to where we wanted to go. Not bad. I want to go to basketball practice. Okay, Dad took me. If it didn't work within that constraint, I either had to wait around, try to find someone else, whatever, to get to basketball practice, right? Think about your own life in the context of this thing called car getting you where you want to go. All of this is in play. When we think about driving a car, the first thing that it helps is at some point we become aware of the benefits of if we will take the time, when it's time, but if we will take the time to learn how to drive this car, we first have to know the benefits. And we've sort of experienced the benefits, haven't we, before that time? We go, oh, great, I can go get ice cream. Look how great that was, because we didn't have any in our freezer. We all went out that night to get ice cream. Or, you see, went on a family vacation or whatever it was, and we got the benefits of that in our lives. And someone else utilized it, right? Good. So we first need to know the benefits. Then, when it's time, usually there's an age, isn't there? I know. How many people got on their parents' lap and learned how to do it well before the, quote, age? Yeah, okay. Yeah, right. But, generally speaking, there's this time in our life. And then we need instructions, don't we? Someone else teaches us how to do it. Okay, you need to do this and this and this. You with me? Yeah, we need instructions and we learn how to do it. And we need to pay close attention to those instructions so that we too can do the same thing. We got to pay close attention, and then we have to practice, don't we? We start to practice driving the car. There's someone with us. We don't do it alone. We start to practice, and you know what? If we messed up, for the most part, we didn't die. I know you didn't because you're still here. Okay? So, no one died while we were practicing to do this. Then, what do? We start driving the car, don't we? Someone's still with us. You know, you might have a driver's aid or whatever, still with us in the car. Then we need what? A few more instructions, don't we? Now we're going to fine-tune. Now we're going to fine-tune how to drive a car. And then what are we going to do? Who said that? Practice. We're going to practice some more, aren't we? Eventually, over time, because what? Because we are putting it to use quite a bit in our life, right? Probably since the age of 16-ish, right? But how many of you have been putting it to use in your life quite a bit? Car driving. What are you other people doing? You have a chauffeur. Car driving. We're putting it to use, aren't we? All right. Then, because we're practicing it, I mean, we're literally doing it. Sometimes we don't even realize we're practicing it, but we're literally doing it every single day. We get really, over time, we get really, really good at this, don't we? Driving a car. Oh my goodness. And eventually, what we get inside of our own selves is this belief and this awareness and this knowing that my car can take me wherever I want to go, doesn't it? Yeah. Okay. And it doesn't stop there, because we keep using it over and over and over again every day. There's some point where we actually can go beyond what we even thought was imaginable, because now all of a sudden we have faith and belief that now we can drive any car. Now, oh my gosh, my life just got even better, didn't it? Now I can fly to Spain and drive a car in Barcelona, right? I can go to, I can fly wherever I want now and rent a car or borrow a friend's car. You see? As Peter would say, do you see? And our life now unfolds in ways that almost feel miraculous. Now I can drive any car, because I started with the basics, right? Turn it on, and then drive it, and all the other various minor details. I believe this has occurred to me for the first time in my life, that this is probably one of the best metaphors to anchor into us for the sake of the good of each of our lives, called spiritual mind treatment. To declare our good, we're on step 3 now. But I don't want to leave step 1 and 2 quite yet either. Because I believe that as I've been taught in practice and refining and practice and practice and practice on a daily basis, practice on the days I don't, it's not that good, it seems. But, you know, practice is that these first three steps are so key to driving my life in the direction that I want it to go, and the direction of the world that I want it to go in. There are 2 sayings from the New Testament I really want you to embrace. Peter and I had a discussion about this recently. The first one: seek ye first the kingdom of God. You might have heard, seek ye first the kingdom of heaven. But pretty much in Matthew, it's seek ye first the kingdom of God. that has to do with steps 1 and 2. So in this process called Seek Ye First the Kingdom of God, it's to do, in doing daily treatment for myself and others, it builds this deep conviction of all that life is. God is all there is, that's step 1, and I am one with God, right? Step 2, or I am one as God. I am that I am, right? And every day, begin to build this conviction. When something happens, seek first what are the qualities, what are the properties, what are the makeup, what is the makeup of this thing called God, Spirit, the universe, energy, whatever we choose to call it, and go there first. Go there first in the morning. Go there when I take this and put it in my pocket and I'm ready to go down the road. That's a reminder to seek when something happens, good or not so good around me, seek that first. And that over time, if I keep seeking that first, this wholeness, prosperous, creative, these attributes, these qualities, then my life begins to show up as it more and more and more and more because I'm seeking that first. And the key for me is I'm not becoming wholeness. I'm not becoming prosperity. I already am because I've sought first that. And over time, as I turn there first, my life, your life, your life, your life, yes, begins to outpicture like that more and more and more. Who has been practicing this for a while? These first 2 steps. God is all there is, and I am one with God. And so, in a verbal yes, are you seeing the attributes and the qualities of God and life itself, the universe, showing up as your life more and more? Yes. Yay, there's some proof. I didn't need a double-blind, placebo-controlled trial. So this is who we already are, and so this is the first place to go. The second place to go is, you hear this a lot, it is done unto you as you believe. It is done unto you as you believe. You know, there was this quiet, simple man. He was very quiet, and he went around, and this was, he went around and talked about things, and he really was this great example to show you can get what you want. You can have what it is that you want. And he just kept this drumbeat, and the main drumbeat was, if you look, it is done unto you as you believe. It is done unto you as you believe. And he kept talking about it, and this was a new idea. It was a new thought. It was unlike anything, because as he said, no, really, it's very simple. It's done unto you as you believe. It's like, no, that's not it. We have to have armies. We have to build the temple. We have to do this. We have to do that. Oh, no, it's not that. And he was like, no, it's a new thought. Like, really, as you believe it's here, it is. And I was like, no, that's not it. And ever since that time, in fact, he died at a young age, if you don't know the ending of the story. And then, you know, all of that simplicity was basically made very complex. Okay? It was made very complex. And we've been untying the complexity of it for a while. The simplicity, it seems so simple because what he did and what was around him, it was like, but that's miraculous. No, really, you try it. It's really done unto you as you believe. And so it's been so complex, and so it's still been working. It's been working ever since then, but most people work it unconsciously. And what this community and our teaching is doing is teaching and practicing how to do it consciously. So it's seek ye first the kingdom of God, and it's done unto you as you believe. So it's simple, but we have to do what? We have to practice it. Yes. This book is so good in how Stephanie Sorensen breaks this down. And it's a way to start to understand how to drive the vehicle. She says about realization that in realization we are certain. We are certain. We don't move off of it until we are certain. The certainty that there is this unlimited nature of our own self-expression. That we each have this self-expression that we are in it. It is us. And it's this unlimited nature. Therefore, it must be yours, own self-expression. And we don't doubt. There's no doubt in the power of our word. And we hang out there in the qualities, attributes of God, and that, oh my gosh, there's only one thing, this divine oceanic substance. It's everywhere present. You know, there's no spot where it's not. Oh my gosh, what is it? It's wholeness, it's creativity, it's love, it's abundance, it's beauty, it's joy, it's all of this. And when you see, and we just hang out, and we're like, yep, that's God. Oh boy, that's God. Boy, do I know. I am so certain that's God. Oh my gosh. And then sometimes where we get tripped up and we make a left turn and we hit a tree, it's because we go, and I'm that. No, I'm not. Yes, I am. No, you're not. Yes, I am. I am that. I must be that, because if that's all there is, I must be that, because there's nothing outside of it. Therefore, it must be me. And I hang out and I'm go, I am it. I am it. Oh my gosh, that means I am wholeness. I am creativity. I am joy. I am this. Oh my gosh, I am. Oh, really? No, I am. I am. I am. I'm going. I'm there. And then, when there's no doubt I am that, then I speak the word. It speaks the word through me. And then I declare or claim or know. See, then there's no wishy-washy. And I hang out there and I go, well, then I speak the word that my life is a life of abundance, just like life itself. It's flowing through me, in me, as me, that there's more than I could ever want. And then there's something maybe got to come up and go, no, that's not true. Well, I hang out and keep going, yes, it is. Yes, it is. I declare it so. I declare it so. It's a declaration so that I can realize that my life is abundant. That's the realization. But I have to, declare it so. In whatever way you do that, it could be, I declare it so. I declare it so. That's okay. We're each using our own self-expression. I declare it so. I declare it so. I declare it so. And then Peter will talk a little bit more about this next week. And then there's 2 more steps. But I'm not going to spoil it. The ending. But the first 3, there. It's sort of like the uncut version of it. I want to use this as our anchor now. Everyone that's here present and is watching this or gonna watch it again and again and again. It does not have to be complicated. Is driving a car right now in your life complicated? Anybody want to admit that it is? Oh, good, we don't have to grab your keys. No matter what your age right now, are you able to get to where you want with a car? Wow. So there's not just one person doing it, is there? That one special, exceptional, the only one there'll ever be doing it, is there? We all are. We have to take our own time. We have to invest our own time, our own belief, our own thoughts, our own energy, or else you better have a chauffeur everywhere on the planet. Soon there'll probably be some, we have a chauffeur to take you out in space. In the meantime, no matter how, and when we are learning, we have spiritual coaches called practitioners that are like been practicing, and boy, there's no doubt. Is there any doubt, practitioners? I know you're sitting over there. I want to hear you. Look at that, no doubt. And even though I know how to use this every day, and I practice it every day in my life, I do my best to. There are times when I want to get to somewhere and I may have a little doubt, I call a practitioner. I really need spiritual mind treatment for this because I'm wobbly all over the road. I can't see straight. I haven't had enough sleep. I shouldn't be driving. So will you drive for me right now? Just this right now. Yes. Boom. Great. Right. So I want to start with the practitioners. If you have used this spiritual technology, you've learned how to use it, you've gotten good at using it, and you practice it, and it actually has gotten you at least once, where you want to go or where someone else wants to go, I'm inviting the practitioners to come up here with me. Come on. If you don't come up here right now, and we're going to have a conversation later. Come on up, please. Come on up here and leave some room. But I want them to see you first. Now, looky here. All right. Now, since the very get-go, when you first heard that there was something that could get you where you want to go, meaning spiritual mind treatment, when you first heard about it and decided to learn how to do it, I'm curious, how long have you been, come on up, you're a practitioner too, aren't you, Petra? Please come up. Thank you. Oh, come on up here. Come on up here. Yeah, scooch on down. Scooch. Richard's going to get all this. All right. How long since you found out about it and started dedicating yourself to learning about it and the technology and practicing it? How long?
What year is this?
It's 2019. Y'all get your answer. So she's the first.
8 years.
8 years. 8 years. Thank you, Lahoma. You just stay here. Thank you. How long?
11 years.
11 years. How long?
15.
15 years.
15.
15 years. They must have gone in together. It's like is there such a thing where two people drive? No, I'm kidding. I'm just joking. Tandem, yes. 8 years. 8 years.
12 years.
12 years.
11 years.
11 years.
26 years.
26 years. Well, there you go. Listen to that. Way to go.
About 24 years.
24 years.
14 years.
14 years. You're so cute. 14 years.
Since 1974.
How many is that? 35 years.
45.
Kim, what? 45. Okay, come on now. Come on. 45 years. Yes. How long?
41 years.
41 years. How long? 2007. Thank you. 12 years. Okay. Now, I want you to be honest. When you first heard about this or saw someone do it, or, whatever your first experience, imagine you're like 2, 3, right? You get it? Did you think you could do it? I want it verbal. Wasn't so sure. Yes. Yes. No. Not sure. No. You knew you could. Knew you could. Yes.
I believe everything, yes.
I believe everything, yes.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. And I wasn't so sure. Okay, now, we have a little time. Anyone that has started to understand this technology and has spent time, understanding how to drive it and how to put it into practice in your life and is dedicated to putting it in practice, and you've at least gotten where you want to go at least once. You've made the journey and you got your manifestation. Please come up here now. Quickly, if you can, if you're able. If you're not able, I'll point you out, because I know there's a couple that may not. Just come on up. And if you're not coming up, that's great. Don't worry. Let me move. We can make room. Let me move this. Come on up. Come on up. Now, one request, Debbie, get a few really good pictures of this, please, okay? You can do this. I know you can. Debbie's going to get a picture. All right, so, all right. Anybody that's been utilizing this wonderful, greatest spiritual technology there is to get you where you want to go in your life for less than 5 years, please raise your hand. Look at that. The ones raising your hand right now, are you still dedicated to know how this really works, this shit really works, so that you can have it in your life? Like unlimited? Okay, great. How about between 5 and 10 years? Wow. Are y'all dedicated to keep this up? Because somebody's been doing this in 40s. Yes? Okay. How about 10 to 15? Woohoo! Spirit says yes. All right, y'all still dedicated? Journey's not over yet, is it? Okay. 15 and up. Look at that. Okay. Now, and y'all still dedicated? Great. Okay. Now, how many of you, when you first found out about this, thought, oh, that person can do it, but I can't? Like, Jesus could do it, but I can't. Raise your hand. Yes, okay. So,
Jesus can do it. That practitioner sure is good, and I'm not very good.
right. So it may have been, well, that practitioner sure is good. I don't think I can be that good. Oh, that minister's really good. How in the world could I ever do spiritual mind treatment like that? And you invested the time. You got to know how it worked, and you use it as much as possible, right? Now we're dedicated every single day, really. This is going to be our reminder. This is the reminder. Okay? Whenever we're in our car, whenever we're in someone else's car, whenever we're in a cab, we might need to do a spiritual mind treatment right then. No, whenever, just kidding. Whenever we're in a different place and we're renting a car, right? How about we can extend it to trains and planes and, boats? And so every time we're going, this is a time where I can seek first the kingdom of God and know that God is all there is and I am one with God. And then it is done unto me as I believe, and I know and I believe that this is right here now. Even if it doesn't have the appearance that it's here now, it doesn't have the appearance of wholeness and health in my life or prosperity or job or creativity. How could I do this? How could I speak on this? How could I, whatever. We hold it until we know now. There is no future. It is now. Yes? Yes. Y'all are awesome. Now, for everyone else, who here wants to learn how to, and it's okay if you don't, who here wants to learn how to use spiritual mind treatment? Awesome. Yay. So, there are ways to do that. Wednesday night, whether you can physically get here or not, our metaphysical discussion at 7:30, it's live streamed on our Facebook page. Sunday mornings, come early if you're physically here or not. It's live streamed on our Facebook page at 9:15 Pacific time. Take foundations this fall. If you've taken it before and you've raised your hand, take it again. And then any other class that allows you to get in without foundations, get in a class. June 23rd, oh, how could I forget? Next Sunday, whether you're physically here or not in Dallas, you can get in Dr. Petra's workshop that is solely on this topic. We want everyone to go drive their life in the direction that you want it to go in. And when you understand how to use this for your own life, here's the bonus. Now we're each really responsible and called to doing it for the sake of this world. To focus on the qualities and to call them forth, our global vision, and to bring it forth. We are the light bearers. We can use this spiritual technology. Look, there is a whole valley started called Silicon Valley using certain technology, right? And now it's not just in Silicon Valley, is it? It's everywhere, right? Cars started a certain way and now it's whoosh, now they're fobs. We don't know what's coming next. We might fly and drive at the same time, right? Life keeps expanding, and so does our practice and our use of the spiritual technology. And this, I promise you, is the unique and original thing that Science of Mind is bringing to this world for the sake of a world that works for everyone. So just like we can use a car, let's use this. And so it is. So it is.